Robert. Nice to meet you, man. Follow me.
Robert is the founder of protest group Bomb Islam and is keen to show me how he spends his Fridays.
So tell us what you're doing here today.
What we're doing right now is we're going to do a little protest, me and a few of my friends here, that basically just lets these Muslims know that they're not going to get comfortable here in my state.
Why specifically have you chosen this mosque?
Well, one, it's the closest one where we can get right to where they enter, so it's easiest to antagonize them here. Two, the guy that flew the plane into the Pentagon, this was his mosque.
Robert's group is a small collection of Army veterans determined to uphold American values.
Do you feel like you need that today?
I think in general there's a chance terrorist attack anywhere and everywhere at any point in time, especially in today.
We just know the history of Islam. Since 632 AD, it's been nothing but terror around the world. We don't want it here. This is America.
See, right here is where you can get all sorts of halal meat, so if you're into animal torture, this is where you get the meat.
You're real idiots. You have no clue of what you're living about.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We believe in all the prophets. From the first prophet to the last.
You also believe in Sharia law.
Could you read that?
Yes, this is the most hateful, sexist,
Would
racist,
you read
homophobic book I've
Can
ever
you
read.
read?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I'm
No.
going to read it. I'm going
Read
to rip
from the
it.
beginning.
Robert rips out a page of the Quran. Under UK law, these extreme protesters could be arrested for religious hatred. But America's First Amendment protects Robert's freedom of speech.
You terrorist!
Why are you doing that?
Garbage is what this is. This is hate speech. This is racist, sexist, homophobic, advocates rape and pedophilia.
Has a Muslim ever done any harm to you?
Not to me personally, no, but they're doing harm to the country. They want to normalize their religion. They want people to think that they're peaceful and that they have a place here in America, when in reality they do not. You Muslim? Yeah. So what do you think about Muhammad having sex with a 9-year-old? Do you think that's pedophilia, or do you think it was justified?
You're not going to get me mad. No, nothing
of
you're
course
saying is
not.
going to get me mad because you're ignorant.
Right?
Does Sharia law believe in equal rights for women? Yes or no?
Yes, absolutely.
Since when?
Okay, have you
How
read
come they got to wear a burqa? Because they can't show their face. That's not equal rights.
Look.
Busted!
Hey, careful. You might get acid thrown on your face, get a little too close to these
He
guys.
said he won't condemn Hamas or the Muslim Brotherhood, and he won't say the U.S. Constitution.
What are you doing in America?
Because I love here.
The big Satan, you consider it.
Why don't you go back to a Muslim country and take Obama with you?
You're reckless, trying to destroy
out.
America.
It's difficult for me to understand why Robert feels the way he does. But anti-Muslim feeling is racing across America. 55% of Americans have expressed some kind of negative views towards Islam. But I'm keen to speak to some of the younger members of BEAR to find out why they feel the way they do.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hi, Franklin, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
You guys?
Yeah.
Come on in.
Franklin is 23 and one of the newest members of the group. He's also a reformed burglar.
Tell me about where your views about Muslims came from.
Well, my first experience with the Muslim was actually in prison. And that experience was this man tried to convert me immediately. And of course, me not knowing anything about it, I was like, well, you guys don't believe in Jesus. Jesus is my, that's my savior. And I started, oh, well, we do believe in Jesus. And I brushed that off. I'm not going to convert to Islam. And then I started picking up a Quran and picking up the Hadiths, which is the words of the Prophet, to see that it's not just the select few, that they are taught and from a very young age, indoctrinated, I would say, with these beliefs, instilled with the unwavering hate of Jews, of everything, of all things not Islam.
What percentage of people, Syrian refugees coming in here, do you think are terrorists or will be terrorists?
All of them.
Really?
I mean, they're all reading the same Quran. They're all reading the same Hadith. So Islam is Islam. I mean, it'd be a cold day in hell if you convinced me that what I'm seeing is not real.
Franklin's anger at America letting in so many Muslims has led him to make a big decision.
What have you done about this, how you feel about the situation?
Well, I mean, with the current state of America, it has me on edge. It drove me to take a stand, to make a choice in my life. that'll benefit me, my family, and hopefully all of America. And that decision for me was to run for office, and at a national level, at a congressional level.
This is your website, yeah?
Yeah. What I'm aiming to do is use my salary as a congressman and fund other like-minded individuals who will take action, who won't sit idly by and watch their nation be destroyed.
One of the pages I noticed that you accept donations or something. You've asked for money.
Well, if we click on that, what that does is that takes you to a GoFundMe account for me, and of course I have nothing.
Where does it say nothing?
0. My goal is, well, whatever I can get.
How realistic do you think it is that you will actually run for office in 2020?
Oh, it's happening. I will figure out a way. If I can't get any donations and nobody wants to contribute and I have to go at it alone, I will go at it alone, and I will find a way to run in 2020, and I will find a way to win in 2020. I mean, it's a for sure thing. Whoever I've run against, I don't care what committee position they hold or how long they've been in Congress, I will win.
Today, Irving Mosque is hosting a welcome day for some of the newly arrived refugees who have escaped war in the Middle East. These are the lucky ones. Since 2012, only 2,000 have been allowed into America. They have been through a 2-year security vetting process. But Bear are still convinced they are terrorists and have organised a protest at the mosque. They are coming armed and prepared in case the refugees attack them.
What have you got here?
It's an AK, it's an AK and 308. And some body armor.
Just a standard shotgun with combat shells. High impact with 3 steel balls. Take off a door or knock down a man.
Why do you need guns here?
We've had 5 protests, and we were armed at all of them, and nobody got hurt. Okay? Terrorists attack unarmed crowds. They do not attack armed crowds. It's a deterrent. Why do you think they haven't attacked us? We've already had 1 detractor and 1 supporter. The detractor said, "Leave them people alone, you fucking country boys."
I'm shocked by the support of the passers-by.
Right on, brother! We got 4 approvals and 1 disapproval so far.
The silent majority of America is making their voices heard.
Thumbs up. Another thumbs up. 16-2.
Only a lone voice stands up for the Muslims.
Who's this lady? They got a sign. Refugees welcome. Uh-oh.
I'm afraid you're going to have to go someplace else.
It's a free country and it's a free sidewalk.
I'm not going to sit here and have another debate for somebody that's ignorant and doesn't do their research.
You're a white woman, right? Well, guess what? You'll be their sex slave if they decide to keep you around.
You want that shit here?
Look at every country that has accepted these so-called refugees.
Get out of here. Sit down.
Why have you decided to come out here today?
I am willing to drag my disabled ass out of bed on a Saturday because I heard that armed people might be protesting the American Islamic Center, which I consider basically to be terrorism.
People like that, she's never picked up a Quran, yet she's out here supporting them. They just want peace. They probably done a little bit of LSD in their college days, and they just peace, love, and happiness. There are real evils in this world.
Passport, and I'll buy your tickets on my...
I wonder if I'm seeing the real characters in Bear, where a group of armed men are happy to bully a lone woman.
You're not a soldier. You've never fought. See that? I fought. I have the right to say what I've got to say. You do not. Intimidate this.
Despite the hostile reception given to the refugees, Omar is preaching a message of understanding in a nearby mosque.
When we see people that are yelling and screaming, when we see people that hate our guts, whether they're holding up signs and telling you to go back home, or whether they're just people that are giving you, nasty stares in public, whatever it may be, it allows us to not hate them. It allows us to actually want good for them. It allows us to be able to go to them and to try to win over their hearts. They're not in a position where their minds can absorb anything. They've been too blocked by the hate.
He may teach tolerance, but I want to know if he thinks he can prevent extremism in his own community.
I make very well clear that there are no young people in my community that hold those views. I talk to them on a daily and a nightly basis outside of the mosque. If you see me here outside the mosque every single day, you will see me talking to people. I make sure that if those views start to creep into our community, we crush them right away. So I don't know what more I could do except that. And of course, I use the online platform that God has blessed me with to counter that message. And I've been threatened for it. And I have, I've been called multiple names for it, many names for it, and I don't care. I'm going to keep doing it. Not because of Bear, but because of God and because of who I believe I should be as a Muslim. So I have no problem assuming that responsibility. I don't need anyone with a gun standing in front of my mosque to tell me I need to do that. I'm already doing it. I've been doing it before this group even existed.
He has invited Franklin, who wants to run for Congress on an anti-Muslim ticket, to a roadside barbecue with Syrian refugees.
Is this the first time you've actually spoken to a Muslim in depth?
It will be, yes.
You have very strong views about them, don't you?
I do, yes.
Briefly, what are your feelings about Muslims?
That they're involved in an orchestrated plot to infiltrate America, overthrow its government, and implement a global caliphate and global Sharia, a total Islamic nation.
Are you going to tell them that?
Absolutely.
What do you think of them when you see them? What do you think when you look out now?
Distrust. I think this fake. This is just a front. Oh, look at us. We're peace-loving Muslims. Look, hey, come on over. Let's talk. Hey. I'm ready if we are.
Nice to meet you.
I see you know my name already, Franklin. Omar, it's nice to meet you.
Are you willing to acknowledge
that there is a problem in the Muslim world? Groups like ISIS and ISIL, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, there's hundreds of them. But one thing that's in common with every single one of them is they're Islamic in some way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. There's an underlying evil to the Islamic faith, characteristic of what I would attribute to people who worship Satan.
Do I believe that there are radical groups that are using the religion and that are doing terrible things in the name of it? Yes. But the greatest victims of these groups are Muslim. You might be surprised to hear this, but I'm actually on ISIS's hit list. All right, so I've actually been targeted by them. And at the same time, I'm being told by other people that you're not doing enough to fight Islamic radicalism. I'm like, well, look, I'm actually putting my life on the line. And when I take my daughter to a mosque, my 6-year-old daughter to a mosque, and she sees people holding guns, and she comes home and she says, Baba, why do they want to kill us? Why do they hate us? I mean, to me, that's extremism. If you knew that the environment that you helped create led someone to actually pull a trigger on one of those Muslim kids, an innocent Muslim, would you be able to sleep at night knowing that you could have possibly fueled that environment that you created could have led to that Islamophobia, which has claimed the lives of innocent people?
Omar is keen for Franklin to meet some of the refugees he's been protesting against.
Can you tell Omar what you told me about what you think the Syrian refugees are?
I have a fear that all of them coming over are terrorists, I guess I would say, or in one way or another support it. I think there's an issue, and I think it very plausible for ISIS sending over nothing but.
So do you not see that these people are just victims, families, that they're fleeing war, they're fleeing conflict? They are the greatest victims of these things that we're seeing on TV. To us, it's all happening over there, and to them, this was their daily reality.
She's adorable.
This little girl, Haneen, was actually in her living room when a bomb fell on top of her and she had her leg taken away from her. These are just right in front of your eyes. Right?
She's just a little girl. I mean, when I was 5, I wasn't worried about is a bomb or a mortar going to hit my home. I mean, it kind of puts into perspective the reality of these types of situations, wars, civil wars, and people trying to get away from them.
I'm willing to walk away reconsidering that it's not all Islam. When I see something like that little girl, it's hard to say no. I wouldn't. I can say, you know, oh, I don't want refugees. But for that, if that little girl was looking at me saying, please let me into America, I want to escape this war, I would be unable to tell her no. I mean, you'd have to be heartless to see that and see that type of situation and know that story. And to still say no, you shouldn't be here, I don't want you here.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it. I could see your lips move.